Boost your game. Stand out with advanced payment options for online gaming operators.
So I'd like to welcome to stage our amazing moderator, Arofat Salayeva, the Managing Director of AROSAL Audit. So please give a very warm welcome to Arofat. And then we have Georgi, the CEO of Lapayo. I think I'm right in saying Lapayo. There you go. Welcome, Georgi. We have Richard, the CEO of Xprizo. Welcome to stage, Richard. And we have Jimmy, the founder and CEO of ZBX. Thanks to our amazing panelists. Arofat, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome our panelists for today, and I'm honored to panel this discussion. Welcome, and I'll let you to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Georgi, and I'm representing Lapayo, which is a payment gateway, kind of one-stop shop for any kind of online merchant. We are providing payment methods from all around the world, and we are focused in LATAM and mainly in Brazil. And pleasure meeting you, everyone. Looking forward to discuss. Take it away.
Hi, good morning. My name is Richard. I'm the founder of a company called Xprizo. We have a payment solution, we have a wallet solution based out of the UAE, but we focus primarily on emerging markets. We have also an office in Kenya, Nairobi. Yeah, that's who I am.
Okay, hello. My name is Jimmy. I'm the founder and CEO of a regular crypto exchange based in Malta, and we are acting more like a crypto banking. So most of our clients are corporate clients who wants to provide their client with payment services through a banking on rail. So yeah, I'm happy to join this discussion to talk about payment.
Thank you very much. So I'd like to ask a question. Today there are enormous growth in companies who provide digital payment solutions. And what are their main goals today and missions that these companies are facing, and what they would like to achieve in today's environment?
Yeah, thank you. So I believe that all of us here who are involved in digital payments in some way, we have a pretty huge responsibility on our shoulder, a mission, which is that in some years, or probably let's say decades, we shouldn't be even discussing digital payments. They shouldn't be a thing, especially for the end user. They should happen very smoothly, very seamlessly at the backstage, and all that users should care for is the quality of the service or the quality of the product they receive. But everything else that we know how hard we work for this should happen backstage, should happen in milliseconds, and it shouldn't be a thing for it. So this is what I believe that in broader sense we are all striving for, and I don't know if my colleagues will agree with me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Richard.
I agree that we actually have responsibility to the communities. And I think over the years, the way banking was done and the regulation, how it was done, we let a lot of people down and we excluded a lot of people. So actually it's also one of our whys, like we even exist as Xprizo. So we're trying to make sure that we financially include most of the communities which have been let down by the general banking system as we know it, right? When it comes to territories, when it comes to the way regulation was done, when it comes to what was offered to these communities, because we Westerners think that we can approach the markets with a one-size-fits-all, right? And the reality is not that. So different people will have different requirements. So we're making sure that we offer to the locals what they actually need, rather than what we think is good from a Western side of mentality, let's say.
Yeah. Jimmy, your
Yes,
comment?
I think because we are a crypto exchange, for us, it's all about promote the crypto payments as such. Because I know it's quite small still. Like maybe crypto payment in general, if you think about the payment industry in a whole, only represents 0.2% of the whole payment flow. But it's a growing you can also say like there's a lot of potential for this, right? So especially I think for that type of payments quite key for the emerging market, which I agree with Richard, because if you think about in the Western countries or the developing countries, you have very good payment networks already. But if you think about the unbanked countries like say in Africa, India, in South East Asia, then people need still need a crypto as an alternative. So this is where we see is a first type of growth. Then what's going to drive crypto adoption is going to be probably cross-border payment. As I say, blockchain is basically a new SWIFT system. If you compare that with a current system, it's a new SWIFT. You can easily send money cross-border, and it's more efficient. It just arrives in your wallet within no second. Yeah.
Great, absolutely. So another question I would like to ask is on the e-merchants who are providing for e-payments, what challenges they are facing and what solutions are there in order to overcome such challenges for the merchants?
Okay, allow me to start. And one of the challenges we see every single day is that you start an online business, no matter what type is it, and you have a target market in your head, some geography. And you go there, but come on, it's online, and suddenly there appears an opportunity for the other parts of the world for some really fruitful traffic, and a lot of these merchants are not prepared with the variety of payment methods, because the reality we live in now is that on the one part of the world there are some payment methods which are popular and they speak nothing to the users on the other part of the world, on the opposite. So this is something that really challenges online merchants in any industry. And while they're preparing for this second opportunity, here pops up the third opportunity, and they're not prepared for it, and they're losing kind of profit. And of course, one of the decisions to universe all of this is the crypto, which my colleagues here will talk about more and know more than me.
Yeah, I think the main challenge is what we are today calling payment orchestration, right? So it's also something we're focusing on a lot. So basically, once you integrate someone like us, like we're not the only ones, obviously, there are plenty of aggregators. You need to make sure that you're funneling the traffic or funneling rather the method to the right traffic, right? Because obviously, if you're proposing to the end customer a system that doesn't have good conversion rates, that doesn't actually make sense for that user, which happens all the time, by the way. I mean, that's the main challenge, to get the better conversion on your site, basically.
Right, absolutely. Jimmy,
for our business, like what we see the challenge is, especially for a lot of SME, small startups, whenever they touch crypto, like say they either become a receiver for their clients or they want to use cryptocurrency as a means of payment. The challenge is to open their bank account. Let's say if you're a crypto blockchain company, it's almost impossible to get an account open in most of the countries. That's why most of the company come to us. When they onboard with us, we actually offer our client a not only crypto wallet, is also we give them Euro, USD, Singapore dollar, Hong Kong dollar support when it comes to their business. Because we're a regulated entity and providing such services, though they can also have proper accounting, which is needed for a lot of companies, right? So this is the problem we're solving for most of our clients when they wanted to, especially when it comes to crypto payment received as such,
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Richard, I'd like to ask you about what we have discussed earlier backstage, that you are facilitating financial inclusion. So the question here is, how are you tackling compliance matters?
Yeah, that's actually one thing which the one-size-fits-all doesn't work, right? Because when you're looking at KYC, AML, etc., in certain territories, you need to adapt for the territories. So, for example, when you're operating in the likes of Kenya or Tanzania or Mozambique and so on, you need to use more the telcos to make your more compliance, right? So what we do is we ping the system. So we ping the telco operator. You can get KYC from there already, because the way it works there, if you have a phone number, they basically have your history already. So with an ID card and your phone number, you can already transact. It will be limited because then we will obviously start asking for the more traditional way of doing KYC. But it's not a matter that if you operate in these territories, you cannot do KYC or you cannot do AML. That's a thought that probably we Westerners thought that it's that way, but it's not. You can still do KYC, you can still operate properly, you can still operate in a very regulated manner, but you need to adapt to those territories, basically.
Right, absolutely. Georgi, your comments on the compliance?
Yeah, I
and the
could
regulations?
absolutely agree here, and it's couldn't add anything on this point because he was pretty exhaustive.
Yeah, so another thing I would like to ask is which regions of the world are presently most desired for market penetration? Which payment methods are used in those regions? Georgi, your thoughts?
Okay, if I have to pick top two, I would go with Latin America and Africa, just in a broader way, because we see a lot of awakening there for online activity as a whole, for crypto payments as a part. And when it comes to payment methods, if we're speaking about Latin America, it's all about open banking, such as Pix in Brazil, which rules like 90% of the payments, digital payments traffic. And the other percentage are spread between credit cards, the usual stuff, like 5 to 6%, and the rest goes to crypto and some e-wallets. When it comes to Africa, our expertise shows that there it's mostly about mobile payments, as my colleague mentioned. And we see some really, really good crypto awakening there. And also credit cards as low as 5 to 3%, depending on the industry, might go to 10. So this is what we see working with our clients.
About market penetration, your comments?
I obviously agree 100% because it's where people have less options. That's where you can grow, right? And unfortunately, the emerging markets are where people have less options. So you definitely look at Africa, you definitely look at LATAM, you definitely look at some pockets in Southeast Asia. Some areas in Asia are obviously very well banked and there are a lot of options, but there are plenty of others which are still not there, right? So I agree 100%.
Yes, so our business model more like B2B2C. So we have a lot of corporate clients who, for example, based in Europe, but serving emerging market. That's where we see a lot of actually crypto payments come in. So they have a need to actually convert some of the crypto they received from their client and through our exchange to back to Euro, back to USD, and settle them. So I definitely see when it comes to crypto, settlement is mainly on the emerging market. But actually the business who's dealing with us are on like Europe and Hong Kong are actually in a proper market, I would say. But they do receive a lot of cryptos these days. It started happening, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy, earlier when we were talking, you mentioned that crypto is a new SWIFT for business to move money cross-border. So can you expand in this comment?
I would say, like, if you think about crypto as a payment, your business to retail is not probably that mainstream yet. Like, for example, if you think about the business here, previously, like this panel, they were asking how many people are getting crypto, right? So it's not really happening in that sense. But what I think in the local payment, people still would love to pay their local currencies using a credit card as a means of payments. But I think, when you think about especially cross-border, right? So if you want to send money from one country to another country or across continent, it's getting very tough these days. Especially moving money from, let's say, Asia, like China, out of and to Europe is almost impossible because you have limitations, regulations all across the board. But if you start thinking about using crypto as a means to move money across border, I think it's sort of like a new SWIFT system because it's so much easier and it's happening so fast, almost instant. So this is where we see a lot of transaction, what are the use cases when it comes to crypto payment as such. Yeah.
Yeah, I
you,
think to add to what Jimmy just said, it's also up to us, let's say leaders in the industry that are pushing this, that we start doing that ourselves as well, right? So for example, we at Xprizo, we actually use that system exactly. So when there are challenges of moving our liquidities around, for the user, it will be fiat to fiat in the front, but obviously at the background, sometimes we use the crypto channels to do that, and it works very well, as Jimmy very well said.
Yes, blockchain is like the backbone for the. If you have a multiple jurisdiction business, blockchain can use that as backbone, move money around, for your
Right.
business.
Yeah, and I must agree here 100% because I see this every week. Clients of ours, just when they see the opportunity to move funds, to settle with their partners with crypto, they go like, really? Can we do this? Is it that easy? Avoiding all the fees, avoiding all the hassle. So we must
efficiency.
continuously, at some point you're just wondering, come on, don't these people know that they can do this? But sometimes it's all about internal bureaucracy. They should vote it, their board should approve stuff like this. But the good thing is that the trend is upgoing and moving funds is getting easy.
Absolutely. So in today's discussion, there is, we cannot complete the discussion if we don't touch upon AI. So I wanted to ask your thoughts about how AI is affecting the digital payment solutions. I mean, your businesses, how is it affecting?
Yeah, definitely, especially in software development. And when it comes to what we mentioned, payment orchestration, it's a huge help because when you work with a database of hundreds of thousands of customers with kind of similar behavior, so it's entered our industry and it's a lot of help. We're still learning how to adapt to it. And there is a massive future in front of it. And probably the best is yet to come. But let me add that at the end of the day, no one can replace human creativity, and
Absolutely.
a lot of times in the business, it's creativity what makes the difference.
Yeah, I think AI will also play a very important role when it comes to security, because we will see more and more, let's say, intelligent wallets around, where when you're sending funds across, that wallet will already know if the receiving wallet is a safe wallet. You could do much faster KYC, AML, and all that chain analysis and so on can all be done much better than it's done today, with less manual work, with less heavy systems, but more on the fly and learning more as it goes along. So definitely AI will be a very, very important, let's say, part of the bigger puzzle in payments as we go forward.
Yeah, I think what AI can help us is actually to reduce the compliance cost. So if you apply AI technology when it comes to KYC, compliance checks, analyze things happening on chain, it will definitely reduce our cost when it comes to OPEX. At the same time, when I think about AI, a broader view on this is like, imagine you have a blockchain system, right, where you, like I call it Swift system. How about apply this to AI world, right? Like in the future, everyone's gonna have their own digital avatars. They'll probably make money somewhere on chain and in a metaverse. So blockchain can be a financial system applied to a certain metaverse where people actually have their avatars working there and it's settled. It could be a completely just think out of the box. Like why do we need a blockchain? Maybe for AI.
So this also impacts or helps the experience and quality of the end users of payment solutions as well. It will make it easier, efficiency,
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add to the above what we have discussed?
In summary, thumbs up for AI, thumbs up for crypto, thumbs up for regulation, which understands the business and which wants to stimulate the business. This is on my part.
Yeah, from my end, I think the future is all about education, right? So we need to educate the public on what's new, why we're doing all these new things, because most of the time it's not about having a nice, flashy, nice thing, but it's about efficiency, security, and so on and so forth. But I think education will play a very important part of the future of payments, money, and
Yeah,
all
that's
that.
interesting. Actually, how the education would be achieved in this area? I mean, you as providers, what do you do in this respect?
As in education.
Education,
I think
communication.
that's a very important part of our company. Actually, we have several people even on the ground and showing people what or how they should be transacting in a safe way, in an easy way. So we need to go to the payment method and get out of there as quickly as possible. No one wants to be looking at a very complex banking app. No one wants to be looking at a very complex crypto exchange app. Someone wants to go in, deposit or make withdrawal or send money to someone and go away. Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. Jimmy, your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I think especially I definitely think AI is taking over the world right now. I think for us, of course, compliance is also very important. Our goal in the future is like, now we're well established in Europe. We're at the same time applying the license in Hong Kong. We want to build like a multiple jurisdiction licensed entities that connect the world and offer them like, the future payments, which I believe is on the blockchain, not the old-fashioned way. I know the market is still small, but I think the opportunity is big for this industry. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm sure your insights are very beneficial to our audience. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening.
A big round of applause to our panel. Thank you so much, Arofat. That was amazing.